Hello again, Susanna here, your angel intuitive, spiritual guidance counselor, and intimacy intuitive. Lovely, exciting information today. So today we are talking about the power of subliminal messaging. And by power, I mean the control of subliminal messaging. Ooh, ooh. So first of all, subliminal messaging can be used for good or for evil. In my other video about turning off the TV, turning off media, turning off news, I discussed a little bit about the subliminal messaging. So, we want to turn it off because we can see what's actually being fed to us and that we're not even aware of. So the reason I wanted to do this, I had a conversation with a client that is a super positive person, very friendly, funny, always, it seems pretty positive. And then she was having a conversation, we were laughing, and then she brought up something from the news, and then her whole body tensed up, she turned red, and her eyes glassed over. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. It was freaky. My hands just kind of went, whoa, what happened? And she goes, oh my God, this person, I can't believe, and starts going off on this person. And she goes, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never used the word hate, but I hate him. I can't stand it. She goes, I don't know what it is, but I've never felt this way. It's not like me to get so angry and have hate. And seriously, her entire body, her energy, I tune into her energy is just like compacted and stiff like her body. And that made me think, it's like, what is going on? I mean, I'm very aware that there's subliminal messaging on television and in movies. It's for advertising purposes, for selling it, pushing it, marketing it, and of course getting across political agendas and things like that. I swear this is going to be positive. Anytime politics comes up, it's like, I swear I'm staying positive. I'm trying not to rant. Another word that comes up with a lot of people, similar things happen. This was just this specific, or one of the most intense responses I had from someone personally in talking about this. But other people use words like trigger, this triggers me, that triggers me. And it's like, well, what's in there and why does it trigger? Everybody knows the big trigger in certain places where they see someone with a red hat on, they freak out. It's like this weird hypnotic suggestion that they've got to go and attack this person physically. And you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there are cases where someone had like a Cincinnati Reds hat on. It's a red hat. They didn't read what was on front. They just came up and start bashing this guy with a stick, or was it a baseball bat? I can't remember. But started bashing the guy in the head. That's not normal. Just so you know. It's not common. It's not healthy. And average people don't do that. Mentally healthy people do not do that. So I started researching more. Well, when I research, I start here, and then I do more research, and then I go back. And everything I look at, I tune in, I feel, where is it coming from? What's the purpose of this? Well, one of the things that always pops up in my head, now if you do a search on, and I don't recommend the G search engine, go to another search engine, but look up montages of media repeating things, okay? And you'll find news anchors from all over the country repeating the same exact thing, the same talking points. So one form of subliminal messaging is repeating things, just repeating it over and over and over. So positive end of that are affirmations. You repeat a positive affirmation to yourself every day, several times a day. Look at it. That's why like the vision boards can be so powerful. So you look at it, you see it with your eyes, you repeat it out loud usually. It tends to work a little bit better that way, and you talk to yourself and you say it enough that it becomes a part of you. Then it becomes like a memory, and instead of just a thought or just a saying, it becomes a part of you. Okay? So that's the power of it. That's why hypnosis works so well. It's suggestions that are repeated over when you're at a relaxed state so that your subconscious can absorb it. So what happens when we're watching TV and they're showing either little flashes of things for advertising that our eyes don't see, but our brain does, that we connect to? Okay? So that's getting in there. And what happens is when we're staring at television, most of the time we're zombified. We're just staring, we're looking, and we start to, our body shifts, so our subconscious opens up, so we absorb quite a bit. Okay? So remembering that, just knowing that, that's why I don't watch news when I'm watching current event media, as I'll call it. I tend to be doing something else while I'm listening, because even though they can still slip things in the wording or in the repeating of words and statements, it's taking over less, I'll say, so I can keep my brain working, so it's not going to pick up things subliminally, but I can still get the information. So that's one way they're repeating over and over and over. The other, again, is they're flashing certain things. So we can go back to the red hat scenario. So when the media is posting something, say, about that, the side that doesn't like the red hat people, they're showing this red hat, and then they're saying all these horrible things and how they hate it, how they hate the people connected to it, the people that wear them, and then they keep showing you the red hat. They keep showing different people in red hats, whether you can read what it says or not. That's subliminal. That's soaking into your subconscious to become a trigger to make you hate that person too, or hate those people, or whatever. Okay? So it's learning. If we're aware of it, we can disconnect from it, and we don't have to take it on. So being aware of that, it's pretty important, especially when, like I said, when you have someone who is so positive and loving and caring, and then all of a sudden they flip, physically change, because the messaging is so embedded. And this turns out this is someone that watches it all day long, or for several hours at least, and then switches over to another channel that's similar, that gives them the same talking points. So then it becomes truth to these people. So when we think about it that way, it's like that's that's why I did the video of turning it off. Turn it all off for 2 weeks and let that see how your body changes, see how your mind and your thoughts and your feelings change. So being aware of how that works. Again, subliminal messaging can be used for great things. That's how people, trying to lose weight, doing the either the affirmations or the hypnotherapy or whatever, or just reminding themselves that they deserve better, they're healthy, I'm healthy and strong, and that kind of thing, until their body reacts to what their words and their mind are showing them. So same thing with when we're watching. So when we're just taking that time to just stare and let our brains be fed, we have to be careful what we're feeding it, just like with our bodies. We have to be careful with what we put inside of our body, what we're feeding our body for our health, for our physical health. Same thing, we need to be very aware of what we're allowing into our brain and what we're feeding our brain and our thoughts. So thinking about that this week, I know it seems pretty intense, woo, but it's positive, because when you realize, when you're aware, you start seeing new things. Just like when you take the time off and not watch, when you go back, you're going to see these little things. You're going to see weird little blips. You're going to see or be aware that they're repeating the same thing, or what they're showing and what they're saying. Sometimes it matches, sometimes it doesn't. Why does it not? Think about that. Just being aware. It was like they just gave me something. It's gone. Drive by, angel, fly by. But seeing how we feel after the fact, and being aware of that. Another thing is, when we are listening to information, see what feels right to you, not just because this is the way you've always been taught, or this is what your friends believe, or this is what you think because you're seeing this all the time, tune in and see how that feels. You know, looking at, you know, why are they changing up? Why are they editing videos? Ask yourself, does that make sense? Well, I don't like this person, so of course they would say this. Why do you not like that person? Why do you feel this energy? Why do you feel this way? People are different for a reason. We have different opinions. We all have different views. We all look different. It's a good thing. Being different is fabulous. And we can all still fit in, because that's the thing. We all want to fit in. And we fit in better when we're different. Because if you have the same puzzle pieces, they're not all going to go together. That's why the puzzles are different. Think about that one. So be aware. See if you notice differences. After you've turned it off, go back and see if you're aware of some of the subliminal messaging. See if you notice, oh, this is what they were going to say. Thank you for reminding me. I know it's going to be another long video. We've just got 30 seconds. You notice, I'm showing my age, but I used to have a TiVo. I used to have videotapes where you could stop and you could fast forward and you could pause and do slow-mo, and you can see each little screenshot. You can see each little square of film, basically, and that way. Now, if you noticed with the DVRs, you can't do that. With Netflix, with movies online now, you can't fast forward slowly. You can't do that anymore. Or not anything that I have, and I've got mostly updated stuff. Maybe I'm behind, but you can't do a screen by screen anymore where you can see the hidden stuff. I think that was planned. So look that up, and you could even research way back in the day when it became popular of sneaking, you know, little pictures of popcorn in at the movie theater. You get one frame in the movie to show you that. Okay, so be aware. Pay attention this week, or take a couple weeks off, and then see how you feel. Sense the changes. Have a beautiful week.